In this video, I want to share with you a self-publisher that is making a whopping $15,000 per month, actually over $15,000 per month from publishing children's picture books on Amazon KDP. And we're going to look at how they did it so that you can do it too. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me here today. I really do appreciate it. I know that so many of you want to publish your own children's books. And I also know that many of you think that you can't because of so many roadblocks, things like not having a publisher to publish the books for you or not having an illustrator. You can publish your own children's book though, and it is fairly easy. And I want to share today a self-publisher who has done just that. Published their own series of children's books and is having massive success with it. First of all, let's take a look at these books. This is a series of books called The World of Kids' Emotions, and there are 7 books in this series, and they all revolve around explaining different emotions to kids and how to handle them. So there's generally 2 types of kids' books out there. One is the funny, jokey book about nothing or a story about nothing. They don't really teach anything. They don't really teach a life lesson or any kind of morals. They're just fun books that kids love to read or to have read to them. The second type of children's book is the complete opposite to that. And that is the type of stories that are teaching important life lessons. They are teaching morals, maybe manners and things like that. And that's exactly what these types of books are. The first book, which is probably the most popular in this series, is I Am Stronger Than Anger, a picture book about anger management, dealing with kids' emotions. The next book is I Am Stronger Than Anxiety. We've got Kindness Makes Me Stronger, Our Diversity Makes Us Stronger, Mindfulness Makes Me Stronger, Body Boundaries Makes Me Stronger, and Perseverance Makes Me Stronger. The first one that comes up, I Am Stronger Than Anger, published in 2020. And so it explains that this book is a great solution for parents who are frustrated, who are perhaps not getting the results that they want when they are trying to teach their kids about emotions and how to handle emotions. So in this case, how to teach your child to handle anger by not shouting and not kicking and things like that. And if they're struggling with that, perhaps this book's going to help by telling a story that's going to help explain how to handle that emotion, maybe a bit better than the parent can do themselves. And so these kind of books are really helpful for parents as a teaching tool. And this publisher is really doing the whole shebang with this series. They are publishing paperback books through Amazon KDP, and they are also offering hardcover and Kindle ebook, and some of them do even have audiobooks. The hardcover is not printed through Amazon KDP though, because your book does need to have a minimum of 75 pages to be able to print a hardcover book with Amazon, and this one is less than that. So I'm assuming that this publisher is having printed and purchasing up front the hardcovers herself, and maybe she's shipping those books out herself when a customer purchases a hardcover. I could be wrong though, and it is possible that they are printing them through another print-on-demand publisher or print-on-demand supplier. But the reason I don't think that they are doing that is because they are offering a bundle on the hardcover books, and I don't think that there is anywhere that is print on demand that does that. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments below, but she is most likely printing her hardcovers in bulk and paying for them up front. If that is not something that you want to do or that you have the budget for, that is not something that you have to do to be successful. I personally think her paperback books would be doing just as well, even if she didn't have the other book options available, like the hardcover, the audiobook, and the ebook. One thing that I will say though is that having a higher priced version of your book, like a hardcover available, just makes the paperback version so much more attractive price-wise, and it can increase your sales on the paperbacks. It's sort of like buyer psychology kind of thing, where a customer perceives the paperback as cheap because there is a more expensive option available. Does that make sense? Anyway, it can be a good sales tactic to use. One other thing as well, just to point out, is that this publisher does have more than 7 books published in total. So those 7 books that I'm looking at and focusing at in this video is just one series. She does have other series and she publishes her books in different languages. So when I say she is making over $15,000 per month, that is just from these 7 books that I'm focusing on in this video. It doesn't include all of her published books. Okay, let's take a look at the numbers so that I can show you how how I came up with the figure of $15,000 per month. First of all, we need to look at the BSR of each of the books. The BSR is the bestseller rank, and this is a number given to every book in the Amazon bookstore, and it is basically a number that determines a book's popularity with Amazon customers. So the lower the number, the better. You want that number to be as close to 0, and the closer you are, the more books that you are selling. So I went through each of those 7 books and jotted down the bestseller rank for each of them. Now, the bestseller rank can help us determine how many books would be selling each month approximately based on those bestseller ranks. To work this out, I just use a book sales calculator like this one from TCK Publishing. There is a few of them out there. They are all free to use, and they will provide an estimate of book sales for each month. We just pop in whatever the bestseller rank is, and it will estimate that at that bestseller rank, that book will be selling around 2,353 copies per month. So I go through, I enter each of the bestseller ranks in here and note down how many sales each month for each book. And so this is the figures that I ended up with. Once we add up all the sales from those 7 books, it equals a total of 4,240 sales per month across her series of books. Once we have those figures, we need to work out how much the publisher is getting each time that a book sells. So we need to work out the royalty. I prefer to look at the royalties rather than the sales price of a book, because although these books are priced at $12.99, that is not what the publisher is going to receive. Printing costs need to come out of that. KDP take their share out of that too. And then whatever is left is what the publisher receives. So all we need to do is head over to KDP's support website, where we can use the KDP royalty calculator, and it will tell us how much a publisher would receive for each book sold. Now, all these books are pretty much the same, 30 pages long and priced at $12.99. So this means that the publisher gets $3.59 for every book sold, which is a great royalty. It doesn't seem like much when the customer is paying $12.99 for the book and all you get is $3.59, but you do have to remember that you are selling on a third-party platform. This is not your platform for selling. You are getting access to somebody else's customer base, and this is actually a lot more than what you would get if you were publishing your book through a traditional book publisher. So let's work out the royalties, which is 4,240 sales per month, times that by a $3.59 royalty. That equals to $15,221 per month. Isn't that a fantastic monthly income? But now you probably want to know how this publisher did it so that you can perhaps use their marketing tactics for yourself. The first thing, which I think is probably the most important, is that they created very strong branding around these books. They built a set of characters that appear throughout all the books and a relatable main character. This is really important for kids so that they can get to know that character and that they can understand that this character experiences the same emotions that they do. My daughter loves Pug the Pig books, and each week at school they get to go to the library and they pick out one book that they're allowed to take home for the week, and I can guarantee you that she always comes home with one of the Pig the Pug books. And that's just the power of building a really relatable or fun or unique character that kids can fall in love with. And then they carried this branding right through to the style of the books and the illustrations of the books. You can tell just by looking at the book covers that they all belong together and that they are all from the same author. So this was step number 1, creating characters and illustrations that you can carry through all the books that you're going to have in your series. The second most important thing was creating a series, not just creating one book, because when a parent or a child loves a particular book or character, they do want to keep reading other books that feature that same character that are in them. So having a series really encourages customers to buy multiple books from you. And I've mentioned this in quite a few of my videos that it is so much easier to sell books to somebody who already loves what you do, who already loves your books, than it is to sell to somebody who has never heard of you or heard of your books before. Now we can start to look at their actual marketing tactics. What are they doing to promote and to sell this series of books? First of all, I always like to look for a website or social media to see if they are doing anything away from Amazon to help promote their books. There is a website which does a really great job of showcasing the books, where to purchase them, and all the different languages that are available. There are also downloadable freebies available, but you don't have to sign up to an email list to get them. So I'm not sure if this publisher is building an email list. With the popularity of their books though, they should definitely be doing that. Also, sometimes people put a page at the front of their books to to let people know about a sign up to their email list, but the Look Inside feature isn't working on any of these books right now, so I wasn't able to take a look to see what the publisher has put in their book in terms of marketing or social media or email lists. And after looking at this website, I can see there is an Instagram and Facebook page. And while these accounts aren't huge, the publisher does post a few times a month, but I don't think this would be contributing much to the sales that they are getting on Amazon. And the last thing we want to check out is ads. Is this publisher running Amazon ads? And yes, they are running these really nice brand ads as well as the regular sponsored product ads down here in the search results. So these ads are contributing most likely to most of the success of these books. Now, I don't think that every book will do well as long as you're running Amazon ads. You still need a good book for ads to do well. The fact that these books do have such strong branding and strong topics that parents especially are interested in means that ads just amplify or quicken the success of these books. I hope you have enjoyed looking at these books and this series. And if you have been wanting to publish your own children's picture book, I hope that this video has given you the motivation and the inspiration to do so. It is possible to make a really substantial income by self-publishing your own children's picture books on Amazon KDP. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.